But this heifer-sode is called the Red Sowing. So we open on the beach with Cyrax, Rhaenyra's dragon, and Snake, Lord Corlys's son's dragon. Rhaenyra said, "You stand in front of the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms with one of my dragons." Girl, dragons make up their own minds. Clearly that dragon ain't give a fart about your crown. Then she gonna say what you want. He's like, "Child, this dragon just came up to me. I didn't want to get burnt, so I rode." He said, "But look, give me some OJT and I'll call you Queenie." She said, "You kneel quickly." He said, "Look, I ain't about to block the blessing." Oh, he ain't gonna tell her his papa Lord Corlys. Over with Allison. She's getting treated by the maester for the little cut she got during the uprising. She go get her guard and say, "Look, we going to the Kingwood, just us." So now we got Jasper and Larys. They both, the little whisper ones, working with Allison. Jasper tells Larys, "Look, Sea Smoke got a rider, just so you know. I want to know what to do with this information." He said, "Well, spill it and get your reward. This is your whisperer." This is why I keep people out my business. I don't need whisperers. These two are the guys from the small council. We're starting to see a lot more of Jasper. Larys we see occasionally. He's the one with the foot fetish for Allison. Bronx is starring in this episode. However, Jasper says, "Look, Larys, if you think it's valuable, why don't you tell it?" I think he's setting Larys up so he can become head whisperer. You know how secretive sissies are competitive. Bronx is in this camera, now Bronx is in the Instagram camera. Bronx is a dragon of House Rodgers. First of his name. They trying to figure out who the dragon rider is. Larys said, "Look, where'd you hear this information? Cause you ain't got no proof, you might want to shut up." So now we have the Queen's people going to Lord Corlys saying, "A ship hand from your employ is now a dragon rider." Lord Corlys is like, "Look, the Queen said he gonna dragon ride, so I guess he gonna dragon ride." Timothy Chalamet says, "Well, where is the Queen?" Over with Rhaena and her Lord Varys, she's like, "He must have Targaryen blood up in him somewhere. Dragons just don't be letting regular people ride them." Her Lord Varys is like, "Now look, girl, you want to find somebody with some good Targaryen blood in them, you got to go down to the whole house. There's a bunch of bastards bopping around." Rhaenyra says, "You speak of the lowborn." Her Varys said, "Girl, lowborn, highborn, the blood is the blood. I got the Williams blood. I got the Williams blood in me. I got the Williams blood. I got the Williams blood in me." 10 points if you can tell me who is the artist that sang that song. I got the Williams blood. Rhaena said, "The highborn have honor." Her Varys is like, "Girl, your brothers with pure blood are waging war against you. You want to talk about honor? Heifer." So now Corlys goes to see his secret son, who's come up in the world. No thanks to you, boo-boo. Over with Damon. "Lord Tully has answered your summons and brought the riverlands, my king." So the king shows up. He's just a kid, and he's like, "Look, yeah, you the king, Rhaena the queen, whatever you want." He said, "But I really can't give you my army because they're not obeying me right now." Hey, kid. So you got to deal with that. How Hillary. So now Damon takes the young king out to meet the Riverlands people, which ain't really listening to him. Ooh, the young king's gonna kill the guy that started that fight a couple episodes ago in the Riverlands. He said, "You didn't have to do all that bullshit." And the other people's like, "Yeah, you know what, you're right. Kill him." And child, Damon was the execute. He said, "Chop. Use your rat-looking butt." I thought he was cute, though. I will never watch the Auntie podcast unless my edible has already kicked in. Ever again. Okay, Damon goes back in the castle for more hallucinations. It's too Shakespearean for me to follow along with that plot. Macbeth was never my thing, and neither is this. So then we go over to our burn-up king. And he's, for some reason, on the floor. I guess he's trying to walk again, and the Grand Maester trying to help him back in the boudoir. And then Larys walks in and said, "You shouldn't be doing that alone. And you really shouldn't. You need two people to move a patient." Poor guy. Now, I'm watching this on Instagram with Duchess, and she said, poor guy. He brought that on himself. You are the king. You should have stayed your happy ass in the castle where your mama told you. Where your mama told you. But your young ass thought you was bucking crazy and wanted to do what the fuck you wanted to do. And you decided to get on your dragon and go all the way down to Baltimore to be there with the wretched and have the big fun. But this wasn't the Cosby Show episode and you got burned up in the house. You never got to make it to Baltimore to be with the wretched and have big fun. So they help his ass to bed. Child, give him some milk of the poppy so he can stop that whining. Lord. Larry said, you progressing, but you gotta work harder. Now hold on. Last time I checked, I thought fire couldn't hurt a dragon. How you get burned up? You supposed to be immune to the flame. You're born of the flame, a Targaryen. Inferior DNA, in my opinion. Y'all just found a way to make a birth defect look cute. If it was us, you'd call it albinism. So we find out that Larys has been telling the maester, get his ass out of bed. My God, you think he's a woman that just had a baby in America? Oh, Lord Corliss go get his other bastard and is like, you might want to ride that dragon. Get you some coin. He said, nah, I ain't trying to get burned up. I'm stay on this boat. That we captain. Big difference. Ooh, I'm gonna have to find a black yacht captain for when I get married, because I'm getting married on a yacht. However, over with the heifer that was sent away to look after the kids, she's supposed to be going to Pandaris Pentus. She's supposed to be in Pentus or something like that. But she, as soon as them gates close, run the hell off. Where's she going? She gonna get on that dragon and go somewhere. If I had a dragon, where would I fly it? Where do you park a dragon? I need a hangar. So imagine they have dragon hangars. I mean, I don't know if I want to go all the way to Hawaii. How fast does the dragon go? Do I need an air mask? How high is the altitude? Like, I guess if we were like water skimming, kind of like a hydroplane, but it would have to be fast because that's a lot of ocean. It's just gonna be us, just me with my headphones on, flying over the dragon with the dragon for like what? Like, I could probably, it would be cute for an hour. It would be cute for like an album. Maybe two. But that dragon would have to get me from San Francisco to Hawaii in 2 hours. A plane takes like 5 or 6. But at least then again, like, can the dragon pick me up? I don't have roof access. I don't think it could get in the street. So I'd have to walk up to the park with my luggage. How am I going to get my luggage on the dragon? So I guess it's for day trips. I'm sure you could get some type of luggage harness. At least it wouldn't get lost. But then what if it fell? I don't know. Do you do something in the undercarriage? Can I sleep and do editing while I'm flying Air Dragon? No, because you got to steer. I'm the pilot. Which is kind of like, instead of, automatic, it's like flying stick. You really got to control it. No autopilot. I'm not going to drink and drive no dragon. Also, that's a good point. You can't drink and drive the dragon, because then that's DUI and animal abuse. So that wouldn't work. But also, I'll miss all the perks of first class. Fresh omelets. Fresh drinks. Like, there's nothing like getting on Air Alaska. Air Alaska has the best breakfast in the air. That omelet is magnifique. The fruit compote, I love it. It's like, oh, I'm flying. Like the lounge and that breakfast, that warm omelet, I'm telling you. And you can say, extra cheese, extra meat. Done. I'll take Air Alaska, first class, then a dragon. I'll leave the flying to them. Back at the castle, Timothy Chalamet whining to his mama, and she's like, look, I'm doing the best I can. Oh my God, ever hear a phrase that just takes you back? Duchess in the chat said, thottin' and boppin', and I'm like, oh, I haven't heard thottin' and boppin' since Drea was relevant. When she was, well, hell, she still is thottin' and boppin'. at the ripe old age of 46. And at almost 42, that's not shade, that's just, girl, that's how old we are. Oh God, now they having the who's the daddy conversation. She says, you're my heir, and he's like, did you think I would have dark hair? Oh, that's right, she used to fuck her hand too, and he knows. Oh, and he's like, my only claim to Targaryen is my dragon, and so I gotta be able to ride. Okay, girl. Duchess in the chat said Dre about to be rocking 2 cradles. But quiet as it's kept, all men are babies. I see why they go on and get them young. They just as immature then as they are at my age. Ha! She got that bag for 18 years. I'm sorry. The bag for 18 years ended in the 90s, and I would say around 2010, like 2020 is going broke. Belly up. You better get that cash in a motherfucking trust that can never be touched in the child's name. Otherwise, as soon as their income gets adjusted, your child support gets adjusted. Yeah, you'll be high on the hog for, ages 0 to 5. But after 5, when that injury come through and them checks stop coming in and that shoe deal didn't work, girl, you gonna be on the bus with the rest of us, celebrating Festivus. I mean, look at Erica Jane. These coots have gotten crafty, and Connie, honey. You used to be able to marry a nice 68-year-old man and know, all right, especially childless, even with the kid, you could be like, look, he's gonna get a little life insurance policy for me. I understand I'm gonna have to move out this house. Or hell, really get the kid's ass, sell that house while he's alive and you've married him, and then it becomes marital income, and then get a swinging condo. The kid still will get some cash, but you maintain your residence. After all, it is his money, not theirs. And don't ever forget it. Just a little tip. Not that I've ever done it. I'd own if I did. Well, I wouldn't own in San Francisco. However, her Lord Varys hears this conversation, and you could tell she gonna pull something. Oh, Lord. Lord Corlys and got his other son to see if he can make the dragon riding. Okay, but now we in the pub with that guy with the sick daughter and some other of the lowborn. Not even the help, the lowborn. I don't know what's a worse insult. Oh, a lowborn, or you're a walking keloid. Ooh, a good one is if somebody in the club approached you and starts talking, I'm sorry, I don't speak to white keloids. A lot of my insults only work on white people. That's why I come up with them. Oh, I bet his ass is a dragon rider. Okay, that's why we doing this. When the guy said they're looking for Targaryen bastards, I just feel like that's gonna be a Tubi movie somehow, somewhere. You know what? Let me get to writing it. Let me and Chris get to writing it. You know what? We claimed that. We have claimed it. They're looking for Targaryen bastards. The Tubi tale. Do I have any writers in the audience? Let's just get on Zoom and have a good time cooking this shit up. Let's get the Risa Tisa of it all. Ooh, Risa Tisa in a House of Dragons era. My writers, my comedy writers, get at me, MrAlexRodgers@gmail.com. Let's make it happen. There's nothing betwixt us between success, but space and opportunity. And this is one. A whole bunch of people going because they think they Targaryen bastards. Y'all gonna get burnt. Y'all gonna die. Oh my God! You realize if you fail, you get deleted. Before a dragon will be mistreated, your life will be deleted because they don't play that, they don't play that. Wherever you talk a noise, that's where you're gonna Chris spat. Because they asses can really fly like Missy. We took it there. Yeah, the one guy said, I can't be sure it's all true. How many parents lie and we done found out through 23, you and me? That ain't none of your pappy. He's smart. I don't think a lot of the townsfolk know that dragon's gonna eat you. And then too, like, you hear it, you don't think it's gonna happen to you. or it's really hard to conceive. Like, really, it's really gonna burn me. They're not gonna let that happen. These people? I don't know, these people have a rough life, so they might. I am so glad I am conscious now with creature comforts. I may have to deal with racism, but at least I can deal with it in air conditioning and internet, and, you know, like, it's not that 70s, that 50s, that, you know, I'm good here. I'm like, and it's like right before the planet goes to shit, because I'm like, would I want to be born now? No, because they're not going to have shrimp in 10 years. Eat up. You better eat up. Get all your crawfish, your snow crab. You better eat up. Oh, they telling off, look, you done told everybody that you was a Targaryen son all these years. Now you got to put your money where your mouth is. They gonna burn your ass. Ooh, these are not your friends. These are not your friends. So he go home and tell his wife he gonna try to ride the dragon. Oh, their daughter died. Cause his stubborn ass wouldn't leave. So now you gonna avenge your daughter rather than listen. This is motherfucking men. This is motherfucking men. Rather than listen to your wife and leave when she told your monkey ass to leave, instead of leaving when she told your monkey ass to leave, now you gotta get on a dragon and go down to Baltimore with the big fun so you can die a valiant death so this heifer can be left twice. I couldn't protect you. I couldn't keep our girl alive. You sound like, ooh. Don't he sound like a certain group of pink-toed men right now? Don't he sound like that? If your ass had listened to your ethnic wife, you wouldn't be in this situation. My God, if this is not art imitating life, I don't know what the fuck is. And the fact that they fit, like, the Game of Thrones know something? Girl, this is like a Simpsons prediction right here. If your monkey ass had listened, just Silverback, if your silverback ass had listened to your clearly ethnic wife, I mean, look at them edges. Look at them edges. Your asses would have been fine, would have been eaten. She said, get out of the city. But now, she gotta cry and you gotta die. Motherfucker. See, when you date pink toes, you gotta date up. She should have been in somebody's palace. I know he cute and rough and tumble and all, and he smell good sometime. But girl, you gotta get him up. If you gonna go toe, you gotta go up. That's why it's toe up, flow up. She said, I don't care if they gonna give us money. I don't want to be a lady or a widow. I already got a dead kid. I'd have sent his ass. He killed her. You should have listened to me. I have to do something. Now you have to do something. Not when it was time to leave the city when the heifer was alive and breathing. This is so... You know what that sounded like. So now at Rhaenyra's castle, they got all the bastards showing up for their auditions like they models for Flavor of Love or Tyra's Next Top Model. And girl, they talking in front of them in High Valyrian, aka Piglet, like when your grandparents wanted to tell secrets in front of you. Aye, one, upway, uye, arye, angse. Duchess in the chat said, we are family. Oh God, now Rhaenyra giving these people a speech and half of them about to be crispy critters. Peak pink toe. Act like you know. So, of course, dead girl daddy get the biggest dragon. Idiots. Yep, a whole bunch of them getting burned up. The servants is like, Grace, we must away. She's like, no, get them imposters. They wanted a free meal. That's very the reality show machine. You show up for casting like for American Idol. We ain't gonna let you in, but we gonna burn you up. Some people still ain't lived that shit down for nothing, while Fox made billions. That's why us New Yorkers were so angry with Janet Jackson when she tried to have those drones over our head and put her choreographer on and tried to get us to dance for free. We came to dance with you. Not dance for free. You can't silence me, heifer. Oh my God, I love how Duchess in the chat called Rhaenyra Ray. This is the black version of House of Dragon review, okay? I was like, what is she talking about? Do I need to check Twitter? And I was like, oh my God. Oh God, I think it might be the sick girl's pappy, because he distracts the dragon to save some small folk who's panting. So come to find out that bar guy's mama wasn't lying, and he was of Targaryen descent, and so he gets the other dragon. Back with Winker in the small council, a dragon sighting interrupts the meeting. It's the bar guy on the fly. Winker gets on his horse and goes to his dragon, but ooh, I think we're gonna have Big Mama coming through. Somebody that can give Winker a run for the money and a 2 for the show. 3 to get ready and 4 to go. Burn, burn, doo-doo, burn, burn, doo-doo, doo-doo. Said you're gonna hit that dragon. Fight, doo-doo, doo-doo. Where you gonna get hit that dragon? Light, doo-doo, doo-doo. A burn up, doo-doo, doo-doo. A burn up. Yeah, he was about to ride on Rhaena, and then he saw them 3 new dragons and said, I'm a backpedal. And pussy pop. And that was the ship. Is anyone watching that new show, The Family Empire Houston? I guess I'll give it a try again. Carlos is just such a disappointment and a punishment. But he's done so much for himself.